Hello, conscious investor, and welcome back. I'm your host, Julie Hawley. For over 4 years, I've paired my background in real estate investing, education, and coaching to create powerful content for you each week. This podcast is where we take a holistic approach to investing by focusing on 3 ingredients to a life of personal freedom: health, mindset, and wealth. We'll talk about everything from passive investing through syndication and how to use your retirement accounts to boost your investing, to mineral balancing and gut-brain health, and into topics that cultivate your inner strength and resilience so you can thrive regardless of any of life's current events. And yes, those are all episodes currently available and linked in the show notes below. Join me each Monday for a mindset episode and later in the week for an interview with expert investors and health professionals so that you can experience your greatest health, strongest mindset, and build the wisest wealth. Welcome back, or welcome to the Conscious Investor Podcast. I'm happy it's Monday. I just cherish these days where you and I can have a deep, rich conversation about mindset, because that really sets the foundation for where we're going in life. And Thursday, we'll come back and we get to enjoy a fabulous conversation with just extraordinary guests. In those interviews, I love going back and listening to them. Yes, I listen to the podcast. Because when I'm recording on Thursdays, I am hosting and I'm asking questions, and I love coming back as a listener and hearing, and I gain so much more insight. So I hope that you come back Thursday. And if you haven't already, just hit that subscribe button to the show and you will have it right there, ready and waiting for you. Today, we are talking about burnout. Burnout is real. It is so real. We burn out in any part of our life. Let's face it. We can burn out with our careers, with our bosses, with our clients, with our workload. We can burn out with our commute to work. We can burn out on relationships. Sometimes we just need a break. And guess what? Even our kids need a break from us. They can get burnt out on mom and dad from time to time. Maybe we get burnt out on our workouts and we have to spice it up. We've got to change it up. Maybe we get burnt out on whatever our nutrition plan is. I mean, like, really start to think about it. Why do you think so many people are shifting things around in their life? Doing it to prevent burnout or to deal with burnout oftentimes. But is that the best way? We're going to talk about some ways to cure burnout and prevent it in just a moment. But I want to tell you a couple of really cool opportunities. And I'm going to start with them now. And so, because I don't want to wait, I'm just too excited. Conscious Investor Growth Summit 2025 is officially in the works. We just went full swing into planning mode, and I am so excited. I am thrilled about the speaker lineup already. And guess what? I loved our speakers from the past couple of years, but it's really important to switch those speakers up. And so we have so many extraordinary speakers coming in, speaking on topics that are going to impact your life powerfully. Remember, the Conscious Investor Growth Summit isn't just a real estate event. This is where we talk about the same things we discuss here on the podcast: health, mindset, wealth. And that is what really separates this event from all the other events you have to choose from. Because I don't know of any other event that is talking about these topics, that's approaching life in such a holistic way. This is why so many people who attended the last couple of years are so excited. Now, here's the deal. It is a curated event. It is not open to hundreds and thousands of people. That's just not how we roll. We're intentional. We're conscientious, right? And so this event is only opened to 150 attendees. That's where we're maxing it out. Yes, we could have more space if we wanted at the resort, but we're not. We're limiting this event to 150 people. And the byproduct of that really was demonstrated at the 2024 event, when so many attendees felt deeply connected with people that they had just met. You get to spend a few days together in a beautiful, concentrated way. It's so much fun. And the off-site adventures, so many fun things take place at this event. You don't want to miss it. Now, here's the thing. The tickets are going to go live in about 1 month. And when they go live, they're going to go live in a very specific, deliberate order. We're going to honor people. First, all of our limited partners have dibs. That's just one of the beautiful perks of being a limited partner in our deals. Like, we want you to have dibs. And last year we had a fantastic time hosting a special lunch for our limited partners and just allowing them to get to know each other, because we don't go around saying who invests in what. So that's really super special, and they appreciated it. Then we're going to open the tickets up to those who attended either in 2023 or 2024. Then it's going to go to the next group. And this next group, that might be you. If you are interested in getting your hands on one of those tickets at an early bird price, then you are going to want to send me an email. I know, so old school. I'm not going to say text this or that. I'm going to say shoot me an email, Julie at IamACI.com, which stands for IamAConsciousinvestor.com. So shoot an email to Julie at IamACI.com. Put the subject line SIGS 2025 for Conscious Investor Growth Summit. And I will make sure that you are on the list so that when those tickets go live for the next round of people, you will receive the notification. All right. The next super awesome thing I want to tell you about before we dive into burnout, and this is going to help so many people with burnout. Well, technically, it's only going to help 12 people, and the seats are already filling up. I'm so excited about this. It's opening up, starts in September, and this is called Passage to 2025. This is a group coaching opportunity. So many people want to coach with me on the one-on-one, and there's a sticker, there's a price tag to that, and I only have so much time. And I really have this heart. This is on my heart to do this for you, conscious investor. So I created a program that is called Passage to 2025. And it includes group coaching, but if you know me at all, you know those are really powerful and very intimate conversations. You will definitely feel the safety. It's not a typical group coaching situation. Like, you're going to feel safe and you're going to feel the feels of group coach, of coaching throughout that time. But all of this is geared very specifically and strategically to keep your health, mindset, and your focus on your business or your wealth endeavors really focused during the last portion of this year. We have so much going on, right? We have all this chatter going on about Olympics and politics and, the stock market and crash. Like, there's so much noise going on. And that's not even to mention the holidays coming up. So if you are like, Jules, I want to stay focused. I don't want to get distracted on things that are outside and beyond my control. I want to be in charge and have full agency, personal freedom of my life, then this is for you. We are going to be very strategically reviewing the past year, setting clear intentions, creating the framework so that when 2025 comes, we are soaring into 2025. This program is going to run from September through the end of January. So it's a 5-month window of time to really gird you up and get you supported. So if that's something that you are interested in, there are some slots still available, and it's for anyone. Right now, I have, husbands and wives, I've got ladies, I've got gentlemen, so you want to make sure if this is resonating with you on any level, then reach out to me, shoot me an email, Julie at IamACI.com, and just put in there subject line, Passage to 2025. I will reach out to you. If you drop me your phone number, I'll give you a call and we can talk about it. All right, let's talk about burnout, because burnout is so real. And here's one of the ways I like to think about burnout. I mean, I really don't like thinking about it, but when we do think about it, consider a car. Now, I've experienced both of these, and I imagine that you've experienced this as well. When you're in a car and it is muddy, or if it is snowy, and you somehow have your car in that type of environment too long, you go off the road or something, your wheels, you hit on the gas and you try to go, and they just spin out. And they don't just spin out and, okay, all of a sudden I'm going. They spin out and then they start burying themselves deeper and deeper and deeper. And that is what happens to so many of us when it comes to burnout, is that we think we might panic. Oh my gosh, I'm feeling burnt out. And so instead of actually calming ourselves down and figuring things out, which we're going to talk about that step in a moment, we actually hit the pedal and we make the wheels go faster. And so we actually accelerate this burnout process. This is not a good look for anybody, but I'm pretty sure everybody has experienced some version of this in their life. So, what do? We don't want to burn out. We don't want to be peeling out, right? We want to have traction. Well, I know that one time I was out snowboarding with my brothers, and in that process, my brother went into a snowbank. Yeah, he's like a newer driver. He goes into that snowbank, and we were trying this whole process. We're trying to back out, couldn't back out. We didn't have traction. So, being teenagers that were being innovative, we dug down under the tire, put something beneath it so it could gain that traction. What is traction? Traction is friction. Friction sometimes feels uncomfortable, but we have to have that friction in order for things to progress and move forward. So, first of all, let's just do a quick check in, conscious investor, and ask, are you resentful, or are you trying to safeguard yourself from friction in life? If we're trying to do that, then we're actually, really setting ourselves up for having burnout, because we have to have a level of friction. So just take a moment, wherever you are, in your car, on the treadmill, walking the dog, however, whatever you're doing. I like cleaning while I listen to podcasts, but whatever you are doing, just take a moment and evaluate, where is the friction in my life? And now that we ask that question, we also want to say, is this productive friction? Is this friction that is going to lead me into something good? Or is this friction that is actually more like a mosquito and I need to, correct it? Yeah, it's worth taking a moment to consider that. A lot of times when we actually start evaluating the friction in our life, it's usually something deeper within us that needs to be resolved, a deeper belief about ourselves, about our world. And so we actually just need to dig deep and say, oh, wait, this friction is coming because I just don't want to do that task. I just don't want to empty out the dishwasher. I just don't want to make that phone call to that client. I just fill in the blank. And so when we start realizing that, we can say, oh, this is an internal job and I need to step up my game and level up. This friction is actually for me. It's not against me. It needs to be in my life so that I can have that forward momentum. Think about this. Maybe it's a friction of, not eating the chips. I love potato chips so much. Maybe it's the friction of saying no to those things, or so that we can say yes to the things that we do want. Well, I really want to be healthy. And if I'm saying yes to the potato chips, I'm just going to burn out. I'm not going to be healthy. It's going to compound. It's going to lead to other situations with my body. Maybe my skin's not going to look so great. Maybe my pants aren't going to fit so great. Maybe my arteries aren't going to be looking so great. So we start thinking about that's just like going to spin us out, spin us out, spin us out. When we say no to that and say yes to our, okay, I really want that, better nutrition for all the positive benefits. That's uncomfortable. It's creating friction, but that friction is actually going to get us where we want to go. So we always want to be thinking, where do we want to go? We also must always have clarity. You hear me talk about clarity on a regular basis on this podcast for a reason. If we don't know where we're going, we will spin out because we have no reason to really accelerate in any single direction. And so we just burn out, burn out, burn out, burn out. Okay. So we have to just pause, take our foot off the gas, let the wheels cool off a moment, just ask ourselves some very simple questions. Maybe even a check-in. How am I doing? I don't think we ask ourselves that question often enough, but we need to ask ourselves that question. How am I doing? Check in. Check in with our heart. How is my mind? What am I thinking about? Check in with our heart. I'm sorry, I think I said heart for head. Check in with our head. What am I thinking about? What's occupying my brain space and my bandwidth? Check in with our heart. What are my emotions? How are they feeling? Are they high? Are they low? Are they charged? What's going on with my emotions? Check in with our intuition. What is my deeper understanding of what's taking place in my world around me? We need to be checking in with ourselves so much more than we do. We want clarity. So we start with, how am I doing? Then we can start asking some other questions. What is it I want to build in this life? Now, for high performers, that changes very quickly. It's not that the desired outcome changes, but a lot of things change when we're growing and developing at exponential rates, which does take place if you are actively engaged, if you are reading and studying books on a regular basis, if you are really pouring yourself into learning, growing, maturing, you are going to go faster in this process. And so we have to stop and say, where are we going? Is that still where I want to go? Is that still how I want to go to that destination? And is this the best way for me to go at this time? When we have this deeper clarity, then we can really start getting some more traction because we're going to be more focused, especially when we ask that question, how do I want to get there? Now we can start focusing in. So we have to have our clarity. We have to have our focus. And when we have clarity and focus, then we can put our foot back on the gas pedal. We can hit it and we're going to actually go somewhere. And that is our productivity. That is our output. And now we're going to create a full cycle here because when we have that productivity, it's going to be, oh, we're getting the results we want. Oh, this is working out the way I wanted. Wow, that didn't work out how I wanted, but I learned something from it. And now I have a better idea. I'm clearer now about what I'm after. And when we do that, we've just closed that loop and we've watered ourselves a little bit more. It says, oh, I want to keep going down that path. So then we continue down clarity, focus, outcome, or productivity and outcome. And it just loops around, loops around, loops around. If we want to pull any of those out, we will be missing pieces and we will burn out. So I want you to ask yourself now, conscious investor, where's the loop? Where's the gap in the loop? Are you missing clarity? If you're missing clarity, take your foot off the gas. Are you missing focus? Now, part of focus is also necessity. Like, okay, wait. I know what I want. I'm focused on what I want. And now I know I need to get on this because there's a greater outcome. I feel deeply aligned, so aligned with the conscious investor movement. I feel a very high level of necessity to be engaged in working on this content on an ongoing regular basis. It's a high level of necessity. I feel very called to, well, what if people don't understand personal freedom? What if people can't wrap their heads around this? What if they aren't living into the person that they are pre-qualified to be? I would break my heart. I don't want to end up relocated to heaven permanently and then, oh, I wish I would have done more. Right? So that's my focus comes from that high level of necessity, clear about what I want, focus on how I'm going to go there, and that drives that necessity, which is driving productivity. Okay, so how's your productivity? Are you putting off tasks and putting them off and carrying them over from day to day to day to day? Or are you checking that list off? Are you, as Mark Twain puts it, right, swallowing the frog first? Do that check-in. And if that's you and you're identifying that right now, don't beat yourself up on any of this. This is all learning, and learning is feedback, and feedback opens up opportunity. So now you can just simply ask yourself, okay, what is it that I've been putting off that I need to get done first thing tomorrow? Maybe even this evening. I don't know what your opportunity is, what your timeline is. And when you do this, you are going to create that self-watering system is very much going to prevent you from burnout. So if you're starting to feel burnt out, just take your foot off the gas. Pause everything in life, which you've heard me say so many times over the years. Just pause. The sky will not fall. I promise you, you're not going to get blacklisted. People aren't going to get mad at you. Just pause, take a breath, do your check in with yourself, and then start checking. Where's my clarity? Where's my focus? Where's my productivity? And what's the outcome of that? Loop it back. You are so rad, conscious investor. I appreciate you. And I hope that this helps you avoid the burnout. I'm confident that it will help you, but guess what? I'd love for you to let me know. So shoot me an email, shoot me a text, leave a rating and review. Let me know one way or another how this supports you. By the way, remember the email, julie@iamaci.com. And if you want to send me a text, you are absolutely welcome to send a text. It comes directly to my phone. It is right there. It's so much fun. You can send a text to me anytime at 208-944-1836. Conscious investor, you are rad. I appreciate you. Remember that adventure belongs on the trail, not in your investing and not in your personal life. So if you need support in either capacity, make sure you reach out to me. At this time, right, we have Passage to 2025 that is open right now to a handful of new people. So make sure you reach out if that's going to support you in wrapping this year strong and entering into 25 with strength. Like, make sure you don't neglect yourself. Until next time, cheers to your health, mindset, and wealth.